You would think that losing DeMarcus Cousins because of fouls would be a cause for emergency, because we were in a 1-point game and a tight one against the Minnesota T-Wolves, who are a Western Conference rival of ours, and then either we just went to God mode or the T-Wolves forgot how to play basketball. They at least forgot how to defend Allen Crabbe, which you never want to do, because I'm sure he's shooting like 75% from 3 in this series, at least when I play with him. Of all the guys on this team, he's like the one whose release I really have down. And we just kind of kicked the T-Wolves' ass, to be honest with you. Serge Ibaka, the three-pointer as well. So that's a good sign for us. And I want to tell y'all now that we're adding a new nuance to the offense. I'm going to try to force the defense to defend Darren Collison as well as Bogdanovic at the same time. So I found some pick-and-roll plays that have them running off of screens and just creating multiple options for us. There will be an initial screen that, if there's nothing there, it can turn into a second screen. And given that both of these guys can dribble as well as shoot, I think it could be good for them. It can make us a little tougher to defend. It's just another thing we can do when we're not giving the ball to DeMarcus Cousins all the time. I am trying to find some more plays to get Allen Crabbe going towards the basket, but 2K's cut plays have always been awful and they're pretty bad still. I also think this new system could help out Shabazz Napier, because that's like the one position we really need to step up in, is that backup point guard spot, and I'm willing to give Shabazz the opportunity before we go and try to make a move or something. So hopefully putting Shabazz into some more pick and rolls can lead to more offense from him. His three-point shot has actually been okay this year when he's been open. Hopefully he can get some more, and you will see that in the 2 games we play in this video, I definitely call upon him. Of course, there is also the Willie Cauley-Stein alley-oop, which is always a threat for the opposing team at all times. And so as of right now, we are, 9 games over 500? Why the hell are the Warriors on a 13-game winning streak? I don't know. We're in Utah. This is not necessarily a rival. We are in 2 different situations. Even if their roster looks pretty good, but for some reason they're not stepping up, they have a flat top. They got Norris Cole, one of the more underrated flat tops in the NBA. We need at least a few of those guys in the league at all times. Bogdan, what kind of defense was that? I mean, I was controlling him, and, 2K17, it's tougher to get around screens, which I am a fan of. It just makes it tougher to play defense, which 2K16, I was always struggling to actually make the game difficult, no matter what I did, so it's nice the game's a little tougher. Here you go with one of our new plays. The screen is not initially there. Collison, I could have taken the 3, I decided to keep on going, and Bogdan got just enough space for that three-pointer to rattle in. I will be looking for more plays like this. I think it helps, when you have 2 guys who can dribble as well as shoot, but neither one of them are star players, I think forcing the defense to defend both of them at the same time could be the way to go. And so if they can't defend Bogdan off of the initial screen, which they are not able to, chances are it's going to drop right in because he's a good three-point shooter. If someone would have been there, the play would not have died, though, so that's good. Joe Johnson, who 2K has never gotten his jump shot right. He has one of the highest releases in the league. And according to 2K, he shoots it like in front of his nose. Shabazz, I'm calling upon you. That's huge. They double-team DeMarcus. Napier's open. That's what we want from him. We want some more offense out of him. I don't want to make a trade if I don't have to. So that's good. Here's the cut play to Crabbe, which I don't know. That was just a bad look on my part. What's Rodney Hood going to do right now? I feel like he's the only one dribbling the ball. Derek Favors, he's a big boy down there. That's Favors, right? Okay, that is. I'm pretty sure Favors was like left-handed in 2K, and then he hasn't been left-handed since, or something. I swear the guy was left-handed at one point in his career. What am I doing here? Allen Crabbe cutting to the basket. Oh, I decided to kick it out to Shabazz, and that's very good. See, that's interesting, with that cut play, is that it also goes into the post, so if they want to double, we could kick it out to the shooter. Rodney Hood's a shooter that we're leaving open. I think I should have put Robertson on him. I don't even know if Andre Robertson's in the game right now. Oh, he is, but he's on, well, they have Hayward as well as Hood. Those are 2 tough guys. Serge, always there with the mid-range jumpers for me. That's big, It's really nice to have just a number of quality defensive big men with Serge and Willie Cauley-Stein and all that. And then, of course, because Boogie hasn't actually gotten that much showtime in this one, I have to show him, of course. And we go into the half yet? We are. I don't remember what the hell I ever edit with these videos. 10-point lead. I just messed up DeMarcus's three-point percentage a little bit with that full court shot. I should have gave it to somebody else. Or I don't know what I'm talking about. We got a big lead. Is the CPU going to pull something to get back in the game? I should not have jumped with Crab. Nice mid-range by Gordon Hayward, who I don't think is rocking the wild hair anymore. Or maybe he is, I don't know. We can always run a Darren Collison regular pick and roll. And look at this shot. Willie Cauley-Stein with a mid-range jumper. He's already showing signs as someone who can stretch out their offense a little bit more for us, which is fantastic because defensively, athleticism-wise, he does all the other things well. So that's good. I don't know who this is, but he just hit a three-pointer on us. The Jazz are sticking around, and that's always the worst thing, especially when you're facing the CPU, which at any moment could just go, hey, I feel like beating you now, and you're kind of screwed. Ibaka, another deep two-pointer. That's beautiful. That's exactly why I gave him, what did I give him, $15 million or something? To hit mid-range, be an athlete, play defense. And he's doing it for us. Are we going to screw this up in the fourth quarter? We got the second unit in again. That's a makeable shot. You know, I played with the sliders a little bit more, and I feel like I got him to a good point to where, even if it's a good shooter open, it's not always going to go in because, I got to admit to you, when me and the CPU are constantly scoring and we're both shooting over 50%, it kind of irks me because that's just not a thing that happens in real life consistently, you know? I like a nice realistic 45% from the field for both teams sort of game, and it's sometimes tough to get the sliders to replicate that. Boogie just dunked. You notice I'm not actually testing Rudy Gobert in the post, I'm more trying to get by him on spin moves because he's going to block my shot regardless. He almost stole the ball from us anyway, and I got to call a timeout because this play is getting bad. Utah has fought back into this game. Boogie, you got 5 seconds to do something. And I do test Rudy Gobert kind of right here, and holy hell, we got lucky. I really thought that shot was going to get blocked. Because when you got Rudy Gobert on you one-on-one, there's not many guys in the NBA better or more intimidating when you're trying to score on them. What are they going to do? What sort of play did they draw up? A Norris Cole three-pointer is... well, it ended up not being too good for him. That's not the play I would run, especially when you have Gordon Hayward as well as Rodney Hood on your roster. But that's a good win. We saw some of our new offense for Bogdan and Darren Collison to have in effect. Of course, DeMarcus Cousins is always still a beast, but as you'll see, Bogdan with an efficient 12-5, Collison with 10 assists, that's pretty damn good. So we got that one. And after simulating a little bit, I want a tougher test. We're going to ratchet up the difficulty and go against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are currently 41-8, so they're having themselves a hell of a season. Shout out to Tristan Thompson, who demanded $15 million a season before the cap shot up, and his improvements on defense have made it to where he actually is worth that much money, so that's a good look. J.R. Smith is playing way too damn of impressive defense on me right now. DC, he's open. That's the offense right there. I mean, that's great, you know? It seems like that's a real floppy sort of play for us, and then if they manage to defend that well, then it's a three-pointer, and... well, I was going to say something else. LeBron confused me with the three. Whatever. Alan Crabb, shout out to him for finishing. The Cavaliers at any moment can just go off, and that's why I'm always just a little on edge when I play these guys. It also feels like 2K has this thing where the Cavs just play better. You saw J.R. Smith playing really good defense on me. I don't know if J.R. is that great of a defensive player. He's not horrible, but at the same time, Jody Meeks is playing lockdown right now. And I'm already seeing that a potential problem with our offense could be if they want to shade us to one side. But Shabazz, if he's making those threes, then he can be great for us. So the Cavs, they got out to an early lead. Managed to fight back, so that's a good look. Don't give Kyrie Irving that much space myself. We also gave LeBron a lot of space. LeBron's weird, because his three-pointer is falling off a cliff. But you still can't leave him open because he's LeBron James. Also, every single basket of this game was threes. It's a little ridiculous how many outside shots went in. Channing Frye, he actually misses, and it's funny because of all people, you'd figure he would make it. I think Kyrie Irving just pulled a hamstring or something. Shabazz is wide open, I gotta get it to him. You gotta make this one, right? No, but Willie Cauley-Stein somehow saw the future and he was able to grab that one. I don't even recall working on his offensive rebounding that much, but apparently he's a god at that side of rebounds, so that's good. Boogie gets another one. So we're missing some shots, but luckily, we're pulling Tristan Thompson's on Tristan Thompson. Speaking of TT, I'm trying to score on him here. That was a very bad pass by myself. I should have just went in with Boogie, and then I fell asleep with Scal, and I left Kevin Love open on the top of the key. I'm not having the best performance myself right now, okay? Now, hopefully, I just give it to DeMarcus and just let him go to work on Thompson, because Thompson, he might be a little too light to really deal with Boogie down there. Hey, we got a 2-point lead. It started off really bad. The Cavaliers were pulling a Hall of Fame on me. They got out to like a double-digit lead early first, but we crept back in. I really dislike that part about 2K17, how the ball can just come loose sometimes. And again, at the same time, I should be more aware of where Allen Crabbe is. LeBron did whatever the hell that was, I don't remember. Can our offense generate something right now, or am I just going to have to give it to Boogie on some panic mode stuff? That's exactly what I do. Luckily, he's a beast. I'm also surprised that pass didn't get stolen. It was pretty dangerous right when I threw it, but I got lucky. And then Channing Frye with his first basket inside the paint in like 5 years, so shout out to him. He shot like 53s a year, went to Phoenix, and he turned into the Steph Curry of big men. And that was before Steph Curry was a thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I forced a switch, which is actually like kind of a decent play by myself. I got to give myself a little bit of credit there to force a switch, because Ibaka, he's going to score on the point guard pretty much every single time in the post, so that's a good play. I could have hit Bogdan for a 3, so hopefully we generate something better than that. I waited a really long time to call a pick and roll with Serge. We do it once again, and you're going to see another instance of the Willie Cauley-Stein jumper. That one was a little closer to the basket, but still, if he can do that for us, that's huge. 3-point lead. Now we're facing the Cavaliers. It's on Hall of Fame difficulty. Do you really think that we're going to win this game, or are they going to pull some cheese on us? Or not even some cheese. Maybe it's just too damn difficult and we're not good enough just yet. Shabazz open once again. That's off. And Boogie's not in the game right now because, he's a human being. He has to sit sometimes. Serge Ibaka was not able to keep up with Kevin Love on a fast break, which is cool. Oh, Boogie's back in the game now. Maybe he was in the game and I just wasn't paying attention. I really didn't want to turn around jumper there. I would have preferred a hook shot, but even then I have made my fair share of turnarounds with him, and I left Kyrie open. Ooh boy. It's getting bad, y'all. Boogie, can you finish? No foul. I figured Boogie could make that one, right? The Cavaliers are rolling with some momentum, and you can call that one a dagger, as Kyrie just hit a 3-pointer in my face. And while we do get LeBron to miss here, who I'm pretty sure played every single second of this game, he had the Gatorade symbol, Kyrie Irving was some god-tier defense. I don't know how he stole that ball, man. He was ready for my pass before I even threw it. And so we went down to the Cavaliers, but you know what? That's the best team in the league, 41-8. I think it's okay to lose to them. I think overall I'm still optimistic. We're figuring out the new offense. Shabazz is stepping up.